Welcome back to Cossy podcast. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. Jurrien Timber could be very close to coming back. According to his Twitter handle, he's taken to his Twitter and he said, I'm coming back very soon. Basically that is what he has actually posted. However, there is also a story coming from Sammy Makpo and the Daily Mail that we're going to be looking at. They have confirmed that scans have been done today at Arsenal, and Arsenal are worried it could be months rather than weeks. Now, these are two very contradictory stories that we're going to be looking at. First and foremost, this is Jurrien Timber on Twitter, on his official Twitter handle. He's actually said a win to begin is actually very good. And you can sit down here after that. He says, coming back soon, right? You can see those two words there, back soon. And the comments on the comments on the post are absolutely crazy. But again, according to Sammy Makpo, this is what he has actually put out. Arsenal fear Jurrien Timber could be out for months with a serious knee injury sustained in the Gunners' opening Premier League game over Nottingham Forest. The full story is, if you want to read it, it's on the Daily Mail. They're saying Arsenal fear 40 million new boy Jurrien Timber could be out for months with a serious knee injury sustained in the Gunners' opening Premier League game, over Nottingham Forest. Now, this is where we are. This is actually where we are. First and foremost, we have a word from the player there confirming that he's coming back soon. And then we have a very credible journalist in Sammy Makpo actually putting out information that he's going to be, that Arsenal are fearing it could be months rather than weeks. Hit the like button, subscribe to the podcast as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below here. Well, let's start off with the Jurrien Timber account. Now, as a player, we've seen this a couple of times. Xhaka we was told Xhaka was going to take a long period of time with his injury. That was in 2021, 2022. And Xhaka just worked so hard very quickly, and he actually came back sooner than expected. It's the same thing with Gabriel Jesus. He's picked up that injury, that kind of recurring injury, and then he undergoes surgery. Normally, when a player undergoes surgery, it is a bad sign. You expect him to be out for quite a longer period of time. And you know what? The player says, I'm feeling fine. I could be back sooner. I'm working harder, and I could be coming back sooner. But Mikel initially told us Jesus is gonna be out for a while, and the player says, I'm okay. I wanna be coming back very quickly, and I will be coming back very quickly. So with Jurrien Timber, I think it's the way he feels as a player. He feels the damage is not huge. He feels he can come back a little bit sooner, and he feels probably 2-3 weeks he will be back. Now, I'm sorry to say this. At times, the problem is bigger than that. At times, you might actually feel better. You might actually feel you're ready to come back, but it's going to be systematic. And we know with Mikel Arteta, if a player is injured, he prefers to give him his time to heal rather than rush him back. But if the player says he's coming back soon, if the player says that it's soon rather than later, then that is positive. That means the player is feeling well, that the player that feels that the pain he's feeling is not as huge as it was early reported that he's going to be on the sidelines and the injury was very, very bad. I'm really waiting for information on that scan. It could be coming out tomorrow or on Wednesday probably from Arsenal, because they're going to give us the conclusive evidence of whether Timber is going to be out longer, shorter, and what exactly is the problem. Is it recurring? Is it new? Is it a fresh injury? We will get to know. But with Timber, I think that's kind of a very, very big boost for us. If he's feeling okay, if he feels he can come back later, sooner. And I think we also did very well to take him off a little bit earlier. Okay, not a little bit earlier, because he shouldn't have continued after the first half. Shouldn't have come in the first half. He felt a little bit of pain. That is where they should have assessed him, and Mikel Arteta should have taken his decision as a manager and say, he's my player. I've decided he's not continuing, and if anyone wants to do anything about it, talk to me directly. Now, let's dive into Sami Makbo and the story he's actually put out there. Let me just stretch this so that we can actually get a better view. Sorry for that. Right. So Sami Makbo says that Timber could be out for months with a serious knee injury sustained in the Ghana's opening Premier League game against Nottingham Forest, and it could be worse than suspected. Now, Makbo says that scans have been done and scans have been ongoing today, and that is where he's leaking the information from. That is where the leaked information is coming from. Now, Sami Makbo is a reputable, I should say, journalist. He's one of those journalists that, yes, they will put you on hooks, tenterhooks on a couple of occasions. They will give you a clickbait at times, but I trust him. I do trust Sami Makbo. Not on this story, of course, because I don't want to trust him. I'm biased, isn't it? But I do trust Sami Makbo. If he came out and said Arsenal have signed Kudus, yeah, I would definitely take this story. I would definitely take the bait. I think what Sami Makbo is reporting about is what the doctors feel. It's very different from what the player feels and what the doctors feel. The players that have a huge, character like Timber, and he's going to work hard. If you tell him you're going to be out for 6 months, he will work hard in order to come back in 3. So that happens. But I think what Sami Makbo is getting and the information Sami Makbo is giving us is information from what the sources close to the scans actually feel. And that's why he says Arsenal fear the player could be actually out for a longer period of time, months rather than weeks. Initially, in my video yesterday, I said that initial signs were indicating 6 weeks. Makbo says it could be months. It's a knee injury. With a knee injury, we have an example to work with, don't we? We have that Gabriel Jesus, example to work with. December, January, February, March, until April. 3 months on the sideline. 3 months on the sideline. So who do we believe? In my opinion, none of them is wrong. None of them is right, because none of them is a doctor. We're just waiting for that official confirmation from the physios telling us, yes, he's out for 1 week or 2 days. Oh, I mean, it could be back for Crystal Palace. You never know. I'm not ruling that out. I can't rule that out. I don't have the power. I don't have the papers to rule his his to say he can't be back by Palace, but it might be a little bit too soon, too early, too soon. So, well, I think this is going to test Arsenal. This is going to test Arsenal's resolve. This is going to test Arsenal's and Mikel Arteta's flexibility and how we actually adapt to such situations, how we actually use the depth we have in the squad. This is why we were always saying last season, you've got to get squad depth, because last season, if this was Alexander Zinchenko, we would be scampering for options. But I don't think we're going to scamper for options, really. Zinchenko is there, and with Zinchenko, you get a more facilitating player for fluidity, and that is what we're looking for. We're looking for fluidity. We're looking for a little bit of more chance creation, a little bit probably, and more goals. Zinchenko is your guy. So I expect Alexander Zinchenko to come back in the side. He's fit, according to my information, and also according to Mikel Arteta. He's fully fit, like fully fit. Someone was asking me about Zinchenko, so I've given you an answer. Zinchenko is fully fit. So expect him to come in there. Or if Mikel Arteta actually prefers to, to stay safe defensively and probably have a player like, Partey still inverting right from the right-hand side into midfield, then you probably expect Jakub Kiwior. Remember when I told you that Jakub Kiwior is going to be an important player for us now? Looks like the time is now. It looks like the time is now, because if Mikel still wants to play a back three of Saliba, White, and a left-footed centre-back, one that you can trust, and then invert with Partey, then Jakub Kiwior is the player. Because Kiwior certainly makes less mistakes on the ball, makes less mistakes off the ball as well, and I think he's a solid option in that area. But I think Alexander Zinchenko is the best option to go with, especially with Declan Rice having that engine to cover on the left and also go in front and create a couple of problems. He will be covering on the left a lot of the time, and the quickness and energy of William Saliba is going to be key, especially with Jurrien Timber out of the team. How we line up without Jurrien Timber? Should I do that video? I'm not really sure that was a video you guys want to watch, but I'll do it. I swear, I'll do it. I'll speak it right in the next one. Timber could be back soon, according to his Twitter, but also he could be out for months, according to Sammy Makpo and the Daily Mail.